Hey everyone, and welcome to the Ultimate Jury. I'm your host, Santiago, and this is the very first episode ever, actually. We're going to be talking to three guests, three friends, three amazing filmmakers, and we're going to get to the bottom of some serious questions that I think we all need the answers to. And our first guest, David Thomashower.
Yes, give it a round for David Thomashower. Oh, yes.
Listen to that applause.
Listen to that applause, everyone. That audio must be great right now. David Thomashower, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
What do you do?
I'm a film editor.
Film editor, huh?
Yeah, / assistant editor, depending on how big the film is.
So you put films together from, scenes and...
Digitally, yes.
Yeah. Digitally. How you enjoying that work?
It's good. I've been working on one particular project for a long time, but we're wrapping up now, and I'm excited to move on to something new.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah. Something mysterious. Our second guest over there, drinking his Coors Light, is the man with that face of gold over there. Look at that. Just shining with this light. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Glistening.
It's the moisturizer.
No, it's this room. This room is like...
Moisturize. Keeps you looking young.
Yeah. The king of cameos over there, Steve Malone. I'm sorry, Malloy. Let's do that again. No, I'm just kidding. Malone. Malloy. I don't know. I always thought your last name was Malone. I swear to God, I've known you for how many years? This is a revelation, people. I'm sorry. We're actually friends here.
So
somewhat, I guess. Not really.
When it says Malloy, you actually see the O-Y as a O-N-E?
I don't check Facebook.
Okay.
What have you been in? What have you been doing?
I'm currently writing a feature film script. It's a Western. I've dabbled in background extra work for too long when I first came out here, but moved on, working on projects with other people, just getting my foot in the door and just networking.
All right.
Just working with friends, helping them get better, and helping me help you, I guess.
All right, then. With that, we're going to move to our...
slogan for the whole podcast.
That's my tongue.
Let me help you.
And with that voice, we have our third guest, Anthony Grant, joining us. Okay, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah. What do you do?
I am a visual effects artist. I lead at a visual effects company.
Oh.
And I've been working on Marvel movies for the past 5 or 6 years.
Oh, I'm sure we won't ever get into that in this podcast.
No, probably not.
Lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's an interesting line of work you got there.
Yeah, just wrapped up Ant-Man. Company took us to Maui afterwards to celebrate.
Maui, huh?
Yeah,
That
was
must
fun.
have really sucked.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Marvel Studios took you to Maui because you did such a good
Marvel,
job.
Actually, the studio that I work for, Luma Pictures.
Okay. So. Luma
Well,
Pictures is
yeah.
where you work.
Yep.
And what is your job position at Luma Pictures?
It's a lead model and texture artist. So I primarily work on like backgrounds and environments and set extensions and things like that.
Okay. You enjoy sitting in front of a computer for 20 hours a day? And
It's not that bad.
No? Okay. You gotten better with rendering with computers nowadays? And...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love it. It's a really rewarding job.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, these films that we're getting nowadays are based on CG. If it doesn't have good CG, it's not a good film.
That's totally true.
I feel like the CG now is dictating whether or not people are, just from the trailer. If it's not shiny enough, it's not going to draw people into the theaters. I mean, with 3D also, I guess going away. It was a fad, every 30 years we get 3D. And I think it's dying.
Like the stereoscopic 3D.
Yeah.
3D glasses and stuff.
Yeah, like in the 50s or something like that.
Yeah,
and
it makes our lives so much harder as visual effects artists. Just because we have to do everything basically twice.
Really? What do you mean you have to do it twice?
One for each eye, basically. So
you have to render 2 different images.
Yeah, exactly.
So that way it pops out as 3D.
Yeah, when we composite the final images, they have to be split into a left and right eye.
Oh, thank you.
So
That's a lot of work, for sure. Speaking of special effects, though, 2 of these gentlemen, 3 of these, including me, saw a very special effects driven film entitled Pixels. So this is the new Adam Sandler film that came out a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. What was it, last week? Last month?
Yeah.
Last week?
Last week that it came out, I think so.
Feels like it's been a century.
Almost 2 weeks.
I think
I have the facts.
It wasn't a huge moment for me, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It was July 24th is when Pixels were released.
Yeah, so it was before today.
By Columbia Pictures, so that's who we're blaming here. But this one stars Adam Sandler, and he's a gamer, or was a gamer when he was a kid. Him and his friends won a championship, or almost won a championship, and then ended up, becoming a nerd for hire. That's a job profession, I believe. He was a nerd, and he fixes his TVs and he fixes stuff because he just can't do anything. He's a loser.
TVs and video games.
So it's kind of like a fictional version of Geek Squad.
Yeah, basically, it was a mock of Geek Squad, pretty much.
Right, and so he's basically tasked with saving the world because his best friend is the president of the United States, and they're getting attacked by video game characters.
So the only person to call, video game nerds.
Yes, obviously. And the biggest of those nerds is Adam Sandler, the biggest nerd of them all. So, guys, what did you guys think of Pixels? Dave, let's start with you.
I liked the plot.
Yeah.
You know, I went in because, you know, you hear all these things that people have to say about it. Most people, from what I heard, didn't like it. And so you go in with lower expectations. You come out being, surprised in a good way.
Like you should always go in with low expectations.
You should.
Or no expectations.
Or no expectations.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I wonder what it's like to go. I wonder how different your opinion would be on a movie if you were to go and not knowing anything, not having seen the trailer, not hearing anyone else's opinions, versus going in. It's kind of impossible to do that with big movies like this. So
I mean, there's trailers everywhere. How many trailers do we have for, like, Fantastic Four? There's like 8 trailers trying to sell us on that thing. That's not working.
Yeah. Although funny, I haven't seen the trailer for that actually.
Is there a lot of trailers for that?
Yeah.
You
I
can
saw,
always
like,
tell they're trying
5.
to get everybody on the
They're
first
trying
trailer.
to overdo
in the
it.
last week.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they did with what was another one they did with that? I think it was like the Hobbit movies.
Oh, yeah,
There
yeah,
was like 4 or 5 different types of trailers released for that.
I'm sure. Yeah, especially now they're releasing the R-rated version in theaters for The Hobbit. That's interesting.
Seriously?
Oh, well, we'll get there. Steve, what did you think of Pixels?
I liked Pixels.
You like Pixels too. What is happening? We have
There's-
3 people in this room that saw Pixels, and 2
There's
of them like
specific
it.
reasons why. It's because I know going into a movie expecting something or not expecting something. I went into this movie expecting it to just be what it was, which is just a fun film based on just like 80s arcade games and with Adam Sandler and friends humor. So I went in expecting that, and that's what I got. I got good soundtrack 80s music throughout the film. I got funny Adam Sandler jokes between him and his buddies on screen, him and Kevin James and some of the other characters. And that's what I wanted, and I got it. Yes, there were some moments where it was like, all right, that's a little too corny, all right, that didn't need to be there, but overall, it was fun.
Okay, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Sounds like you had a good time. Anthony, you've not seen this movie, but you work in visual effects, as we just established,
Yes.
and you have not seen this. Why
And the
did you
visual
not
effects
want
are
to?
awesome.
Why did you not instantly just want to go out and see this movie?
I don't know. I've
Did you
just
work on it?
never-
Is that why?
No, I didn't work on it. And
Okay.
that probably would be a reason why, but it isn't in this case. I just haven't been a fan of Adam Sandler's work in a long time. I really like Punch Drunk Love. That was like my favorite movie that I ever saw him in. And a couple of the early ones, like Happy Gilmore and like Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Those were so long ago, and since then I just think it's gotten a little bit like lukewarm, like just kind of vanilla.
His comedy or Adam
Yeah,
Sandler himself, or
the comedy, and also, I guess it's just not my type of comedy individually.
Mhm.
So
but what do you mean visually? Because you're a visual effects guy.
Individually.
Oh, individual. Okay.
yeah.
But those things don't even register to you. Those seeing those centipedes, those Donkey Kong effects.
No.
Like, do they even look good to you, like from the trailer?
Yeah, actually, it was a cool look. Like whoever designed it was like a cool designer, but that's not going to draw me into the movie. It's just
Okay. And so, Steve, what drew you to this movie? Was it the effects? Was it the Kevin James? Was it the Peter Dinklage?
Well, you paid for it.
Was it the Adam
So,
Sandler?
I wasn't gonna go pay for it,
Mm.
but to see it, I mean, I was interested to see it just because it's Adam Sandler. It looked like some fun visual effects, and I love anything 80s, so arcade games, music, and whatnot. I got drawn to it because I knew it was just going to be fun and have some jokes here and there that I would really appreciate, and that's what it gave me. So that's why I liked it, because I got what I kind of wanted to see.
Okay. And
Pretty great concept if you think about it.
talking about the aliens taking control of our games. And why did that happen? Did they explain why the aliens were, taking control of our Donkey Kongs and our Pac-Mans?
Yeah, well, they sent a videotape of the 1982 championship of video games. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Adam Sandler's character and Kevin James were entered into a competition to see who's the better gamer at arcades, and Peter Dinklage's character, it came down to him and Adam Sandler's character, and they went against each other, and the whole thing was recorded, and they sent that up with NASA as like a beacon to anyone that would see it, any alien races, and they saw it, and they thought it was an act of war. So they said, okay, we'll challenge you, and 30 years or so later, they sent down the games as a giant form to challenge the humans.
Yeah. And so, what else about the movie made you like it? Like, was there? There's got to be another thing to it instead of just aliens and Adam Sandler. Like that makes you into this film.
Just the little pieces of humor here and there that are just a little overdone, like characters screaming out lines that didn't need to be screamed out. Just the little jokes.
Josh Gad, of course.
Yeah. The stuff with him, the jokes, the bantering between the characters, them making fun of each other and making situations worse for each other. Like Adam Sandler is making fun of Kevin James because he's the president, so he makes it harder on him in front of the press and the people, purposely just to,
So are we? Sorry to cut you off for a second, but are we going spoiler free on this, or?
No, you can just talk about it. It's been weeks, and I feel like at this point, if you haven't seen the movie,
That's true.
Again, this is. I'd like to talk about that. This is more of like just an analysis of the movie. Like let's get our feelings out there. It's not necessarily like, hey, we're gonna review the movie for you people. Like we're gonna tell you if you should see it or not. Like we're gonna recommend it or not, but it's not telling you to go see it or not see it.
Well, I think either
we're
way,
talking about
spoilers.
For sure, spoilers. So when Qbert became that hot chick and Josh Gad got that trophy wife at the end, you're into that.
I mean,
sounds ridiculous.
Yes and no. I mean, that's one of the points in the movie where it gets a little over the top, but at the same time, it relates to the humor of that character. Like that character, that relates to the type of humor that he was portraying throughout that movie. So for that to happen for him, it kind of made sense. At the same time, it was stupidly ridiculous that she was first like pixelated and then she turns into a real woman.
Because no other of the aliens did that, right?
So yeah, apparently the aliens also have the power to turn their pixels into an actual human being that you can have sex with and have baby Qberts.
Do we know anything about the aliens besides just the fact that they're just the aliens?
We know
they don't have a name or anything. Or?
They're from a planet I think they called like Valeron or something like that, and they're peaceful. They're a peaceful alien race, but they thought that the video that was sent to them in the 80s was an act of war, so that they just had a.
So they're like super dumb aliens, basically.
Oh, they're pretty smart if they can create pixelated games that send down to Earth.
But if they thought the games were like an act of war in the first place,
they did. But I mean, they didn't know. I mean, they were an alien race. True. They're like, what the hell is this?
I mean, they helped out the humans. Like, they gave them trophies. So, like, when the humans made an accomplishment or beat their back in a wave or whatever, they would give this old lady a trophy, which was like...
They gave her the duck hunt dog.
They gave her a duck hunt dog, and then Qbert became a trophy 2 times.
But Qbert ended up turning into the woman for...
That was the second time,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know, like... I feel like that part was weird, but like they always leave you feeling you laugh at it even though you feel gross because it is kind of like immature humor and it is very raunchy and it's more of like he's aggressive, but like that scene specifically when he's like, oh, that thing was just Qbert 2 seconds ago. Is no one weirded out by that? Like he has that touch where it's like, okay, he says that so it's a little okay, but at the same time someone still wrote that.
Yeah,
and that's not okay.
I thought it was funny. I liked it.
Yeah,
it is. It's funny.
I mean, the whole movie's over the top and ridiculous that way. So you kind of just got to go with it.
You don't want to break it down because
by the time it gets to the point where Qbert turns into this girl, you're like, all right, that's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I mean it's
funny.
Yeah, it fits in with the rest of the movie.
It's consistent. With the rest of the movie.
Consistent with the humor, and it just adds to the, the ridiculousness of whatever's happening. So you're just like, all right, we'll go with that. She's a Qbert woman now. I don't know.
I guess going into this movie, you're not like looking for its commentary on like male-female gender roles in film. You know.
I mean, if she goes from Qbert into a woman. So if her has anything like Qbert's, then he's gonna have a great.
So many bleeps. Hold on, what time is it? 12:50. Okay. Anyways,
are we not supposed to?
Is
this not a rated R podcast?
No,
we know that beforehand.
This kidding. If you guys hear any weird farm animals, it's gonna be because of Steve.
All right.
So we got a couple minutes left, but yeah. So
Stay away from crew jokes.
so you guys recommend it. We'll just put it out there. You guys would
I
say,
don't know that I necessarily,
I haven't
necessarily
been
recommend
well,
it.
well, you
They didn't convince me to see it yet.
Yeah.
what would it take? What does it take for you to see another Adam Sandler film? What does Adam have to do to bring Anthony back?
I don't know. Just write a movie that I'm gonna remember the next day. I don't know. It's just like this stuff is just throwaway stuff. It's just popcorn. Like you just go, you enjoy it, you consume it. It's just like candy. It's like easy calories, and then you just that's not something I'm gonna pay for. So,
Right. Yeah, different movies appeal to different people.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Not like there's one movie for everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, it seems like Pixels got a bad rap, honestly, because it
I
is
think
a
it
little. It's got moments. It's funny. It's not that bad. It's not as
That's fine.
Because I read the Metacritic and 27%, 26%. It's low. Like
It's a choice
it's
movie.
bad.
It's based on what you like
But-
to see at the time, and what
Absolutely.
you think is fun or not. So if you don't think that's a type of fun movie for your personality, I mean, for me, that's a fun movie for me. It had stuff that I want to see, so I got what I wanted. And in the case of Anthony, if there's something, yeah, it has the visual effects that he likes, but on the side of like Adam Sandler movies, that he doesn't want to watch those anymore unless he comes back to his own.
Visual effects, like aside, I mean, it's like visual effects are great, and I love them obviously because I've done it for so long. But I mean, they're there to support the story, and if the story's not there, then the visual effects aren't going to make me go see a movie or anything. But
Yeah, that's true.
that was just a side note.
So then, yeah, I don't think that you would like this movie.
Okay, so in conclusion, Pixels is what it is, unfortunately, for better or for worse. I think anyone who's an Adam Sandler fan still is gonna like this film. They're gonna go see it and they're gonna have fun. But anyone who's just tired, they're gonna fall asleep. They're not going to leave this theater remembering it, like Anthony said. There's nothing like other than the Qbert thing, but that's gonna leave me feeling sick. And again, I'm not saying I hate this film at all.
Like disturbed.
I'm not at all disturbed. It's just that was to end your movie on something that shallow. It's gonna left a mark. I guess.
Well, like I said, I mean, there's still some Adam Sandler humor in there. That was pretty.
Sure.
That was a pretty perverted, weird thing to happen.
That is definitely true.
Yeah, whatever. It's funny.